Stratton, Leadership Champion at Blue Gem Learning. I work with companies just like yours to help transform average bosses into great leaders. What I wanted to talk to you about today was how do we build engagement with a virtual team. So what do I mean by a virtual team? Well, often we're co-located with our team members, either on a job site or in the office. But one of my clients has staff that work not just across Canada, but across the whole of North America and even down into Central America. So how do they build engagement with those people when the chances of them actually getting together physically in the same room, very rare, and probably happens maybe once a year, if lucky, at a sort of company conference. So we brainstormed some ideas. What could we do to build engagement? They occasionally came up with some fairly obvious things to start off with. Well, we make sure that we perhaps have Skype calls with people, perhaps that we use email better and make sure that we include everybody in the email loop. Yeah, and really that's what people want, isn't it? Even more emails. They usually came up with the idea, well, yes, we can use our shared folders better, the equivalent of the company version of Google Docs, so that people can work in real time on projects, even if they're in different time zones. So all these things were good ideas, but they didn't really light a fire under anybody to say, well, this is going to build engagement. They were perhaps slightly more efficient ways of working. So we brainstormed some more. And after the room had been silent for a little while, one of the team members in the management team said, well, we really want to recreate the same type of feeling we have when we're co-located with our team members. We have those water cooler moments when people talk about last night's hockey game or Dancing with the Stars and what happened. Or perhaps people go out to lunch together, or perhaps they go axe throwing or 10-pin bowling after work. So with that in mind, they thought up, what about if we had a games event where everybody was online at the same time and they found an online game that they could all play and they would compete against each other. And perhaps they would break their teams down so that they weren't having everybody in Calgary's on one team, everybody in Winnipeg's on another team, their folks in Detroit are on a different team. What about if they mixed the teams up so there were people working across locations? So this is what they did. This is what they set down to do the following month. They found a game that they could play online. They got everybody together. And there was a little bit of reluctance, I think, originally, but people said, oh, what's this all about? But they generally said, well, let's try it and see. So the idea was everybody at the same time logged on, they all on the game at the same time, the teams were broken down, not by geographical location, but just they'd randomly mix people up. Everybody had gone out in their own individual place and got themselves a soda and a bag of chips, and they sat for about 45 minutes and played this game with the whole team. End result, people had a great time, they had fun, they had a chance to interact with people that they wouldn't have otherwise, and came back and said, we probably got more out of just sort of building our team from that one experiment than we would have done through months of being sent numerous emails. So based upon this idea, what they've now instituted is that every month they're going to do a different activity where they're going to find a time when they can all be online at the same time, and then they're going to do, whether it's a quiz night they've got coming up, they've got one where they're going to do a horse race night, where they're going to have a video of a race that took place and everyone's going to place mock bets. Okay? So these sort of things might be something that you'd like to do, they may not. But the key thing is it was being creative about activities where people could socialise together even if they weren't in the same location. And what they're starting to find is it's broken down some of those silos. It's started to build bridges from people in different countries who've never met each other just by allowing them to have some fun. So let me know what you think about some of those ideas. Feel free to share this contact with anybody else. Put your thoughts in the context box. I actually come back to everybody who comments and reply personally. And if you like this type of material and would like to see what I could do for your company, then please get in contact at bluegemlearning.com and we can speak and see what I can do for you.